Hi friend, my name is Danielle Holleran and I am the host of the Detailed Diary podcast. I'm a self-made online business owner who loves sharing the behind the scenes of my business and inspiring others to follow their dreams. You can find me most days chasing my dog around, relaxing with my husband, and wearing basically anything Dusty Rose and Pearls. Think of this as your space to come to feel motivated and inspired to take on your biggest dreams, while also just chatting with your best friend. Cozy up for some girl time and get ready to feel uplifted and inspired. I'm so excited to announce that my very own podcasting platform, Zencastr, has become a new sponsor to the Detailed Diary podcast. You can check out my exclusive discount link in the show notes below this episode, and stay tuned to hear all about why I love using Zencastr for my podcast. Hello and welcome to the Detailed Diary podcast. I am your host, Danielle Holleran, and today we have a very exciting and highly requested topic. I'm going to be chatting all about my best tips and tricks for going viral on TikTok. As most of you may know, TikTok really is such an incredible place for small business owners, and I've seen so many success stories about small business owners who do really well on TikTok, and it truly helps shape their entire business. So I really wanted to sit down today and just talk through some of my own tips and tricks that I have just seen over the past couple of years on TikToks that have been recurring trends in my viral videos. I have been on TikTok for almost 2 years. I actually think it may just be 2 years now. And I've probably had around 5 or so really huge viral videos, like millions upon millions of views. And then also a good handful of videos that do very well. I wouldn't call them like crazy viral videos, but kind of the middle between average views and viral, if that makes sense. But I have noticed some trends in my super viral videos, as well as the videos that do well in between, that I wanted to sit down and share. Now, obviously, I'm not saying, oh, if you do XYZ and follow these tips and tricks, you're definitely going to have a viral video, because that's just not the case. I've tried to replicate kind of my process that I use for viral videos in the past, and it doesn't always work. In fact, I've done the same thing in multiple of my videos, and oftentimes it really doesn't make a difference. But if you're new to TikTok and you're kind of looking for different techniques to use and different things to try out, I highly recommend some different approaches that I'm going to talk through. And I'm also going to talk through kind of like the back end of viral TikToks, because it really is a double-edged sword, and I love TikTok and everything that it has done for my business. But I do want to talk to both sides of the argument, because it's not always all good. Yes, it's very good for the business. It causes lots of traffic to your page and can certainly help grow your business. But as I've talked to many other small business owners who have gone viral on TikTok and have encountered some of the difficulties that I've also encountered on TikTok, I've realized that there really are pros and cons to going viral on TikTok, but we'll get into that later on into the episode. So let's start off first things first with viral TikTok videos. Every single one of my TikToks that have gone viral, 1, 3, 5, 10 million views, have all been voiceovers. And I think this is an interesting point to bring up, because have I had videos gone semi-viral that weren't voiceovers? Yes, but all of my videos that have like really truly blown up have been voiceover videos of me talking about what I'm doing in the video. And I think it's very interesting, because on social media and just on sharing your business on social media, I always talk about how important it is to include yourself in your business and your personal brand, and include a face behind the name. And while TikTok is definitely a different type of social media platform, I do think it is still very helpful to include yourself in your videos, your business, and things along those lines. Now, that doesn't mean getting on TikTok and actually physically showing yourself, because I know that TikTok can be a scary place. But even so much as just sharing your voice and sharing your story behind the camera. Whenever I am recording voiceovers, I like to talk about not only the process of whatever video I'm sharing, but also maybe some different facts about my business, different information about the actual piece or product I'm presenting on TikTok, and try to just make the voiceover as informative as possible. I also find this interesting because even on a sponsored video that I did, I created a piece of content for Michaels to share on their own social media page. So it wasn't sponsored for my social media page. They hired me to create content for their page, and I created a similar video to the types of videos I share on my page with a voiceover explaining the process of creating this specific piece. And that video ended up going viral on their page as well, with over a few million views, which is kind of crazy that every single one of my videos has the same exact structure, like to a T. So if you have not done any voiceovers on TikTok, I highly, highly, highly recommend starting to do some voiceovers. Talk about your business, talk about what's going on in the video, whether that means you are packaging orders, whether that means you are showing the process of you creating the product that you're selling, whether you are doing back-end work in your business, whatever the case may be, try to make your voiceover as detailed and genuine as possible to your business and what you're doing in the video. I know it kind of sounds self-explanatory, but it's definitely worth practicing and trying. And again, the first voiceover that you do isn't going to guarantee that your video is going to go viral. But if you continue to do voiceovers and start to pick up on what your audience wants to hear about and different things that you can elaborate on and talk about, I definitely think it is a good approach to use on TikTok. Now, something to keep in mind, especially when you are doing voiceovers on TikTok, or really anything surrounding TikTok, the audience on TikTok is very, very different than any other type of platform that you may be on, like Instagram or like your email list or anything along those lines. On TikTok, I find, at least just from personal experience, that you really aren't speaking to an established community of followers and supporters who know everything about your business. Whereas on Instagram, when you're talking on stories or when you're posting on Instagram, you're speaking to people who are following you, who are engaged with your content, who know about your business, know how your business is run, and things like that. Same thing as if you were writing an email to your email list. You're emailing people who are subscribed to your email list. They follow your business. They know the ins and outs of your business, and so on. Whereas on TikTok, yes, you may have followers on your TikTok page, but for the most part, the people who are seeing your videos, especially if something goes viral or gets more views than normal, 95% of the time know nothing about your business, which can definitely present a challenge for sure. This is where I struggle with TikTok, where if you have a business with a very strong brand identity and lots of different things may be going on in the back end of your business, it can be extremely difficult to convey exactly what your business is, exactly who you are, what you offer, XYZ, the whole 9 yards in a 15-second TikTok video or a 30-second video for someone on the other end who may just be watching or discovering your business for the first time. So my tip, if you are doing any type of voiceover videos, is have a new customer mindset in mind when you are talking about your products and your business. Every time I do a voiceover, I always, for the most part, talk about, how a customer ordered a custom wooden sign from my website right off the bat, just so people listening know, oh, okay, this person has a website, one, and sells custom signs. Okay, on to the next point. I then always try to include the size I'm working on. Again, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but for the most part, I like to include the size that I'm working on. For instance, today I'm working on a custom wooden sign order that this customer placed on my website. It is my 12-inch by 48-inch espresso stained wooden board. She selected my lettering only option, so I'm writing out her quote in all hand lettering, and I absolutely love how it turned out. That's a typical voiceover that I would do on a video because it gets across to the customer. Okay, it gets across to the listener. Okay, what did this customer place an order for? This customer placed an order for a custom wooden sign. What size was it? I explain the size in the video. What stain was it? Because that's another option on my website. I explain the stain in the video. And then what lettering option did the customer choose? I like to explain that in the video. And then just depending how long the video is, then I may give some personal opinions or whatever, just some fluff to the voiceover. But I really like to get those main points across because, again, if this video ends up getting pushed out to a wider audience, now that person listening knows exactly all of the details that they need to about this specific piece that I'm making, so that if they want to go and order it themselves, they know exactly what options they would need to choose. Now, that's very specific to my business, but let's say that you sell earrings and you're just coming out with your new spring collection and you're doing a video talking about how you're packaging orders. You can say something along the lines of, today I'm packaging an order for Sally. Sally just purchased my brand new spring floral clay earrings. These come in 3 different options. They just launched on my website on March 1st. I also have matching bracelets, necklaces available on my website to shop. This spring collection will be available through March 15th, and I cannot wait to see you in all of your spring accessories. Something along those lines. So that way, you're not only just explaining the process that you're doing, maybe just packaging up an order, but you're also giving some valuable information to the person listening who may be a future customer. I could go on and on and on with all different examples of voiceovers and things like that. Whenever I have new launches coming up in my business, sometimes even if the video isn't exactly applicable to that launch, I'll kind of sneak it in here and there because you never know who's listening and who the video could reach. So if you take anything away from this video, it is to start trying voiceovers in your TikToks. Next up on the list of tips for going viral is actual content of the video. So similar to the voiceover example, all of my videos that have ever gone mega viral on TikTok have been lettering videos where I show the process of me writing out a sign and then pan to the finished sign at the end of the video. Every single one. I have had videos go viral on TikTok that aren't lettering videos, talking about my breezeway decor or videos of Joey and I or, any random thing along those lines. But every single video that has hit over the 3 million view mark has all been lettering videos. And I think the main reason for this is that TikTok pushes out videos that not only are viewed in full, so the viewer isn't leaving the video halfway through. So not only are viewed in full, but also are viewed multiple times. And whenever I record a lettering video, I'm always very mindful of the timing of the video so that the viewer stays engaged. So with the lettering videos that I do, most of the time, if someone is watching, they want to get to the end result. This goes for all art videos. I see a lot of artists doing videos like this, whether they paint on canvases or florals or are handcrafting products. A lot of times you'll show the behind the scenes of making the product to really hook that viewer and keep them engaged in watching until the very end. And I find that the best length of these types of videos are around 30 seconds. My most viral video, which I think now has over 10 million views, was actually a minute-long video, but that was at the beginning of TikTok, and I think that TikTok prioritizes shorter videos now, but all of my viral videos since then have all been 30 seconds or under because it's a short enough time for the viewer to be invested in the process, stick with the video to watch until the end. Now, I will say when I do show the final product at the end, I always show it very, very quick. And sometimes I get commenters who like aren't very happy, who are like, show a longer clip at the end. Like we can't, make out exactly what it says, or like this, that, and the other thing. But it actually is a technique that I use because, and this is a little like conniving of me, but if they're watching the entire video, waiting for the finished product, and then I show the finished product at the last second and they can't, pause it quick enough or screenshot it quick enough or something along those lines, they're probably going to watch again. And again, this isn't something that is like my golden key to viral TikTok success and works on every single video, because I do this on every single one of my lettering videos, and one in like 200 lettering videos go viral. So this is just something that I've become accustomed to doing, and I do think it helps with views on your videos if you're looking to keep the viewer engaged and watching multiple times. Now, another tip that I have is to create the content in your video surrounding something that is extremely relatable to a wide audience. And I know that is like a very vague suggestion, but again, when I look back on the videos that have been super viral, every single one of those videos have content that is super relatable. So for instance, I'm just coming off of a viral video that happened last month, and it's actually the same exact video that went viral last year at this time. Not the same video, but I was making the same sign. And it is the lyrics to Can't Help Falling in Love with You. And the reason I believe that this specific sign has now gone viral twice is because so many people can relate to the quote on it. Oh my gosh, this is my wedding song, 30 years ago. I walked down to the aisle. I just got married last year, and this was my song my dad walked me down to the aisle to. Oh my gosh, I've been dating my, significant other for 5 years, and this has always been our song. Like the comments go on and on and on and on. And I do think that this video gained more traction and popularity because so many people could relate to it. Same thing with other videos that I've had gone viral in the past. It's never those signs that I share that are super personalized or super obscure quotes that no one would know. They're always the super popular, heartfelt quotes that a lot of people can relate to. So if you find yourself making something that maybe one is super popular with your audience, maybe a really popular product that you find a lot of people resonate with and really like, it's definitely worth sharing because chances are a lot more people are also going to connect with that product. Or if you are creating something that may be very nostalgic or heartfelt, maybe you are a wedding floral artist and you make extremely heartfelt and sentimental floral pieces that really connect with your client or your bride. It's definitely worth sharing those stories, maybe doing a voiceover talking about the story in the background and how, the bride story played such a role in you crafting this bouquet and, everything that goes into it like that. I do think videos that people can connect to emotionally always have a better chance of doing well, and they also really do help your business and help the people on the other side of the screen connect with your business, what you're doing, the passion behind your business, and everything that you have to offer. So that right there covers my main 3 top tips. So the first is definitely a voiceover. The second is to try to create content that is relatable to a wide audience. And the third, kind of going off with relatability, is to try to create content that shares a story, whether it be about the product that you're making or about your business in relation to the products that you're selling. Podcasting remotely can be so intimidating, but Zencastr has really allowed me to put all of my worries and challenges aside when it comes to podcast production with their all-in-one web-based solution. Zencastr is so easy to use, especially with guest interviews. I love how Zencastr uses local recording, and believe me, this comes in handy when I'm interviewing guests and have Luana barking on my line. I can easily edit my local recording without interfering with the guest audio. It is so clean and simple, and I also love how they have a secured cloud backup, so I know my audio is always safe. Zencastr seriously has everything covered with ease, with so many more incredible features. I want you to have the same easy experience as I do for all of my podcasting and content needs. So if you go to zencastr.com/pricing and enter promo code DETAILEDDIARY, you'll get 30% off your first 3 months. That's zencastr.com/pricing, promo code DETAILEDDIARY. Now, I will throw in a wild card because I've seen this a lot on TikTok. This is not something I do, but if you're really looking to go viral or something along those lines, I figure we can just chat about it. So on TikTok, if you're on the app, you'll probably notice that a lot of times people can't keep their opinion to themselves. And I don't mean that in a bad way, because it just comes with the territory of being on the app. And a lot of times people on the app just, they'll type out and comment whatever pops into their head without a filter or thinking. So I see this very frequently with larger creators, not so much small business owners, but larger creators on the platform where they will intentionally include a mistake in their content, whether that be, a spelling error, or they're making up a story, or I don't know. It's kind of difficult to come up with exact examples, but basically the content creator will knowingly, and maybe they don't do this knowingly, but I'm pretty sure a lot of these people are a lot smarter than a lot of people on TikTok may think. So I'm pretty sure a lot of this stuff is intentional for views, but a lot of times people will knowingly include a mistake in their content to therefore increase engagement and views, because people on TikTok cannot resist the urge to comment and correct someone. And I just chuckle at this because I know for a fact, I would never test this out because it would be damaging to my business, but I know for a fact that if I posted a video of me creating a sign with a spelling error in it, or with incorrect grammar, like let's say I used the wrong variation of your, it would go viral, maybe not mega viral, but it would definitely get more views than normal, because everyone would be commenting, oh, you put the wrong variation of your, it's supposed to be this, not that, oh my gosh, yada, 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 yada. I just know for a fact, because once you've seen stuff on TikTok like this, you just know how people respond. So I wouldn't recommend doing this as a small business owner surrounding things in your business, because obviously you want to maintain a professional business and you don't want to diminish the quality of your work by posting, spelling errors or something along those lines. But just as a funny kind of example of this, in that last video that just went viral, which I was just talking about, I didn't make a spelling mistake, but the way that the video was cut, I literally didn't even notice this. It looks like I was writing a word and then the same word repeats multiple times in the sign. So just the way that I was writing, it looked like apparently I messed up and had to redo, but didn't show that part. Honestly, I don't even know. But so many people commented oh, caught you, you were actually writing this and then you started, then you messed up and had to redo it and wrote this word, and multiple comments like that, even though I was so confused at first. I was what are these people talking about? And then I could see in the video how they confused both of the words I was writing. Anyways, it's very difficult to explain over the podcast, but that just goes to show that if I did actually make a mistake in real time on TikTok and post it as if nothing happened, oh my goodness, things would people would just go crazy for it. So in any case, that's just a little side note. If you're feeling sassy and spicy and want to do something a little conniving just for views, I wouldn't probably recommend it. But if you're really just testing the waters and trying to see what sticks viral wise, I've definitely seen it be very successful for other creators. So those are all of my tips when it comes to trying to get your video out there and seeing if you can have something that goes viral. Now, for everyday TikTok kind of like steadiness, I would say, or maintaining a healthy account on TikTok engagement-wise and things like that, I do recommend using the trending sounds on the TikTok app. So there's a little area with trending sounds. Sometimes if I'm doing a voiceover, I'll put one of the trending sounds in the background. If it works, sometimes I don't. I'm not really too picky when it comes to that. All of the super viral videos I've had aren't because I've used certain trending sounds or things like that. They're mainly because of the content that I'm sharing. But on a day-to-day basis, I do think that it's important to not only use trending sounds on some of your videos, but also keep up with the trends that are going on TikTok. So one of the love-hate relationships that I have with the app is that you honestly really need to be on it all the time to know the ins and outs of the different trends and how to apply them to your account and therefore share relevant content that's going to get pushed out on the app. So along with the videos that I typically share on TikTok, like my lettering videos, different voiceover videos, and things like that, I also try to mix in and share different videos and trends that are applicable to TikTok and what's going on the app. So I'll make a conscious effort to be on TikTok, scroll through, and just see what's trending. If I see the same trend 4 different times in the 5 minutes that I'm scrolling, I will save that audio and start to think about how I can apply that audio and the specific trend to my business. Now, it's probably not going to be a lettering video. It's probably not going to be a behind the scenes packaging video. It's probably going to be some type of funny joke type video. If you're not on TikTok, it's going to be a little difficult to kind of explain this aspect of things, but I definitely try to mix in those videos because I do find that those do very well. Those don't go viral, but they do, for the most part, get more views than a normal video that doesn't go viral, if that makes any sense at all. So if you are on TikTok and you're just posting your normal content, your product videos, behind the scenes videos, just your normal small business content, and nothing is picking up at all, try and do some of these trend videos and try to see if you can apply them back to your business. Because especially when you're first getting started, these types of little trending videos do have a higher chance of gaining more traction and more views than content you may be currently sharing. All right, so with those different ideas, you should be able to start to think of some different things that you can implement into your TikTok strategy to mix up your content a little bit. I find that I try to do a good mix of lettering videos, the videos that I know are tried and true, most likely to go viral or pick up traction, a mix of some other business videos behind the scenes and other things that I find that my audience tends to enjoy that shows viewers a more inside look to my business, and then also trending videos that are applicable to my business. I feel like the mix of the three works really well for not only giving me a good chance to have my videos reach a wider number of viewers, but also creating a good mix of videos on my page for viewers to discover my page and get to know my business a little better, which will lead us into the next point. Your videos are only going to do as well as you present your TikTok page as a whole. And I mean, this goes for any form of social media really, but especially when it comes to TikTok. As I mentioned, a lot of times if you do have a video that gets more views than normal, mostly all of those viewers will probably be seeing your business for the first time. And if they like your business and want to learn more, they're going to go and click on your page to see what other videos you may have. Now, if you are not posting consistently or not posting consistent content, or you don't have videos on your page that show an accurate representation of your business, it's not going to translate well to that viewer, and they may not want to follow along with you or continue to watch any more of your videos. Now, if you do have a video that performs well and the viewer goes to your TikTok page and they see a whole bunch of other videos that are either similar to the one that you posted and they saw, or even a little bit different, but just show some insight to your business and behind the scenes and any type of current content, they're going to start scrolling through and probably will end up following you because they see that you post consistently and the type of content that you're posting is something that they're interested in. And I think this is a really important point to consider because TikTok can be really discouraging. I mean, even me, I have like quote unquote a ton of followers, but I go through lots of periods where I'm getting like no views at all. And it's like, why am I even posting? No one's seeing this stuff. It's not getting pushed out to anyone. And a lot of times it can feel like that on TikTok with the algorithm. It is so hot and cold and it can feel like you're doing a lot of work for nothing. But if you are posting consistently, all it takes is that one time that one video goes viral for all of your hard work to be recognized. I have videos that are so far back on my TikTok page that still get traction now that are like a year old. And I think it's pretty cool that TikTok also has the ability to do that and push out content that's super old. And if and when something does pick up speed, or you do have a video that not even necessarily goes crazy viral, but just gets more views than you normally would expect, all of those viewers are likely going to be going and flipping back through all of your old videos. So even though it may seem discouraging now when you're spending a lot of time and it feels like there's no results tied to it, try your best to stay consistent because that is going to be the one thing that is going to actually transfer viewers to followers into potential customers down the line, is your consistency on social media through your business. Now, I can't have this whole episode about TikTok without talking about some of the downfalls that I do find come along with going viral. And I hate talking about this stuff because obviously TikTok has changed my business in more ways than one, and I wouldn't change anything that has happened social media wise with my business, even though there are downfalls. That doesn't mean that I'm not appreciative for everything that TikTok has done and continues to do for my business and my platform. But I think that a lot of small business owners, and this is like everything in life, you always think like the grass is greener on the other side. A lot of small business owners see other small businesses, going viral on TikTok and seeing it change their business and thinking like, oh my gosh, if that could only happen to me, like that would solve everything. And this, that, and the other thing. When in reality, yes, is it extremely helpful for a shortened period of time for your business? Yes, of course. Do you get typically an influx of sales from it for a shortened period of time? Yes, definitely. But as I mentioned just previously, if you don't have a business established that is equipped to not only one, take on those orders, but two, to provide quality content and services down the line for those new customers or viewers who are just finding your business, it's going to be a very short spike of growth, unfortunately. And I've seen this in my business earlier on when I had some viral videos. I've seen this in other businesses too, because if you're not equipped to handle running your business to such a massive audience, chances are you're not going to be able to keep up that level of business. And I know I'm kind of like talking in circles, but basically, one TikTok video is not going to be an end-all be-all success for your business if your business isn't already set up for success to begin with. And this is a learning process that comes with just growing and building and developing your business. So I just want to put that disclaimer in because I think a lot of people think like, oh my gosh, it's just going to take one viral video for me to blow up and like have this huge successful business. And unfortunately, if you're not putting the work in now to really grow the foundations of your business, if and when that does happen, it may not have as large of an effect as you may think. So there's that on the one hand. Also touching on the point that it can be extremely difficult to handle such an influx in sales from a viral video if you are not equipped for it. And I went through this with my first viral video. It nearly put me over the edge in my business because I truly did not know how to handle such a high volume of orders. My systems were not down pat. I did not have all of my processes organized enough, and I didn't have enough supplies, and it was just extremely, extremely stressful and overwhelming. And of course, I did make it through. I learned so many things. I do think going through something like that teaches you so much about your business in ways that you're able to alter different areas to help you grow and better your business. But it doesn't go without saying that it can be extremely difficult. Even now in my business, I am so much better equipped to handle an influx in orders, and we know what to do. We kind of know the ropes now, but even still, right now, currently, I'm struggling with other areas of my business that I can't devote time and energy to because my time is being taken up by an influx of orders, which again is fine and it will pass. And I'm very extraordinarily grateful for it. But there's two sides to everything when it comes to TikTok. Now, those types of things I feel are pretty self-explanatory and definitely something that you can overcome and in turn actually does help grow your business. But the one thing that I really do want to talk about, and this is kind of what I'll end on, is that when you go viral on TikTok, you're not choosing who your audience is. When you're building up your business and building your brand, you have an ideal customer in mind. You have an ideal audience in mind that you're catering to. And when you're putting content out on Instagram or wherever it may be that you're marketing yourself, you're marketing yourself to that ideal client, and it's up to them to follow you and follow along with your business and your content. So I find it much easier. It's definitely a slower growth, but I find it much easier on other platforms to really market and cater to your ideal client. Whereas on TikTok, most likely when people are scrolling on TikTok, they're scrolling on the For You page. They're not scrolling on the people they're following or anything like that. They're scrolling on the For You page, which is automatically catering content towards them, which means that TikTok is deciding who my ideal audience is now. I'm not deciding who my ideal audience is. Yes, are some people maybe scrolling on their following tab? Sure. But for the most part, people are scrolling on the For You tab, which is determined by TikTok. So when a video goes viral, TikTok is determining who sees that video. And oftentimes, viewers are outside of your ideal client and audience that you're marketing to, which again, isn't the end of the world. But when you're trying to grow a business geared towards a specific audience, sometimes it can come with some setbacks when you're getting pushed so many viewers and customers who are just so outside of your ideal client. And I feel even silly talking about this because obviously at the end of the day, it's my small business and a sale is a sale and an order is an order. And I'm so incredibly grateful for absolutely anyone who orders, whether or not you're my ideal client or not. Let's be real. They're paying my paycheck, which funds my livelihood and my business, and I'm never going to complain about that. But I will say that whenever I do go through a time where I do have a video that goes viral, I can immediately tell when it reaches outside of my ideal client. I have so many more customer issues. I have so much more time that I have to devote to customer service, and not so much that people need help, learning about my business or anything like that, because I absolutely do not mind that. But it becomes very clear when people are ordering from you who maybe aren't familiar with how small businesses are run, or think that they're, ordering on Amazon or Walmart, or I'm trying to say all these things in a very nice manner, but it can be extremely difficult to deal with customers who sometimes you're like, you know what, I would just rather you not even buy from me because this is just so incredibly stressful and you just don't understand my business or my brand or where I'm coming from. And obviously that is very harsh and I would never absolutely in any world do that. But you kind of have to find this happy medium of staying true to your business, staying true to your brand, and knowing that maybe the people who end up following you from this viral video, they may not be your target audience and they may not stick with you because the types of things you share and your brand and your business isn't for them, and that's okay. And this is something that I've had to learn over the past couple of years, that yes, will I see a good influx in my follower numbers after a viral video? Yes, probably. But does that mean that all of those people who are now new followers of mine are my ideal audience that I want to be speaking to and sharing with? And maybe 75% of them are, but there's probably a good amount in there that I wouldn't have marketed to if it were up to me. And I know this sounds so greedy and I don't know the word. I don't like talking about this because obviously I'm thankful for absolutely every single person out there. But as a small business owner, if you're listening, you know how important it is to build that community of your people and the people who support your business. And when you've got a wide mix of people kind of thrown in there who may not fully understand your business and may be very demanding and just not the vibe for using TikTok terms, it can just throw off your trajectory a little bit of where you really want to push your business. So with all of that being said, if you are going through something like this and, maybe you're super stressed out by orders, or you're getting frustrated with customer service and you're feeling like you're not reaching your ideal audience, even though you're super thankful for the orders, keep pushing through, keep staying true to yourself. And in the end, something like this really is going to help your business in the long run. And always stay true to yourself and your brand, and everything will end up working out the way it's supposed to. Very long-winded ending to this episode, but I really hope that these tips were helpful. Please let me know if you start implementing any of these, and if you end up having a video go viral, please, please, please let me know. That would make me the happiest person ever. And I'm just wishing you guys all of the best of success on TikTok in your business, the good and the bad. We just have to take it all in stride. And I think that's what I'll end up writing down in my figurative detailed diary. The good and bad of business on TikTok. We just have to take it all in stride. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Be sure to follow along with the Detailed Diary podcast on Instagram for all the fun little graphics and quotes, and I will chat with you all next week. Thank you so much to Zencastr for sponsoring the Detailed Diary podcast. Zencastr has made my podcast production process so much simpler with their all-in-one production suite. This episode was made on Zencastr, and if you like what you hear, be sure to use my promo code to start podcasting for free today. If you go to zencastr.com/pricing and enter promo code Detailed Diary, you'll get 30% off your first 3 months. That's zencastr.com/pricing, promo code Detailed Diary. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Detailed Diary podcast. Make sure to rate and subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Be sure to join our community over on Instagram at Detailed Diary Podcast and introduce yourself. I'm looking forward to meeting you over there, and I will see you next Wednesday for a brand new episode. Until then, have an amazing week.